everybody. Hope you're all having a great day whenever you're watching this. So, this is the Expeditor Boogie back with another video. It has been quite some time since I have put anything out. However, I have seen quite a few people popping up on the channel. I've had people sending messages saying, hey, when are you going to put out any more videos? So I thought I would try to create some videos that just talk about different things in the expediting industry and put some more information out there for you guys. So I'm not doing any travel videos because I don't travel over the road anymore, but I do have the ability to sit down and maybe do some talking videos and just talk about different things in the industry. So hopefully you like the video. Again, I know it's been quite some time, but I thought I would just start putting something out for you. So today I just wanted to give a brief overview about expediting and how I got into the industry. So it's been quite some time since I've talked about anything like that. So I thought I would just go ahead and put that information out there for you guys again. That way anybody new coming across the channel that happens to see this, hopefully I can answer some of those questions. If you happen to have any other questions or anything I don't answer, please leave a comment down below. I would love to get your thoughts on that. And then, of course, any questions you may have, I'll be happy to answer those as well. And any ideas that you have for future videos and stuff like that, leave those down in the comments. Would love to do those for you as well. So when I first started off in expediting, it was way back when, I drove over the road for FedEx Custom Critical for 14 years. And when I first started, I went to the DMV. You know, back then you didn't have to go to a school. You didn't have to do anything to get your CDL. So I actually just studied the handbook and then went and took my test, got my permit, and then I turned right around and borrowed a truck from a company that my mom was working for at the time. And I took that truck and went and took my actual test in and got my Class B CDL. I then found a owner to start driving for with FedEx. The very first one I drove for was, you know, not a very good fit, to say the least. Went through a bunch of trial and tribulations. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't understand the different aspects of expediting and how it's so different from regular truck driving and stuff like that. So I learned a lot when I was out there. And probably the first 4 months that I drove, actually, you know, he didn't pay me or anything like that. So it didn't work out. Um, I was in a truck that couldn't haul very much weight, which, don't get me wrong, in expediting, you don't haul a lot of weight a lot of the times. The problem is that I was a solo driver. Being solo and expediting, it just doesn't really work out, especially if you don't know what you're doing. If you have someone to show you the ropes and to really learn, you can make it as a solo driver, but it's very difficult. And me just starting out, I had no clue what I was doing. So I didn't know the places that I should be going and the things that I should be doing and hauling. So needless to say, it turned out to be very, very bad for me. 3, 4 months with no paycheck, it really hurt. So I ended up turning that truck back in, went home, got online, started doing a bunch of research, and I actually I come across Expeditors Online, and that's how I got a lot of my research done, expeditorsonline.com. I read through tons of questions and answers and just really, really done my research, really dug into it and dove headfirst into everything that I could learn about expediting. Once I did that, then I kind of had a better understanding of what I was going into. So I then reached out to a fleet owner at the time who happened to have 10 trucks. And she also advised me that you needed to be part of a team because solo was very, very difficult to do in the world of expediting. So at the time, I ended up getting my partner and got his CDL, and then we went on the road together. So that was my really first taste of hardcore expediting. That was the first time that I really got into it and understood what I was doing, and learned so much and just progressed from there. So I was with that fleet owner for a little over 5 years. And then I ended up going to another fleet owner who I was with for a few years. And then I ended up over here at Highfield. And, you know, I've talked about Highfield. Everybody in the expediting industry knows a lot about Hyfield Trucking. I can't say enough about these guys. And I still work for Highfield today. When I first started off, me and my partner, we started driving for them as contractors, independent contractors. And We were lucky enough to get offered a staff position, which, as many of you know, we have been off the road now for just over 2 years, and we are now working on staff. So I don't make these videos to just talk about Highfield in the sense of, since we work for them, we push them. I talk about Highfield because they really do set the precedence in the industry. They are the gold standard. I don't say that lightheartedly. I say that with every fiber of my being because pretty much everything that Highfield does, they are 100% on the up and up, and what they say, they mean it, and they really stand by what they do say and what they do. You can always be told one thing out here on the road and in the trucking industry and the expediting industry, but whenever you actually have a company stand by what they say, that's a whole new world. And Highfield really does that. So again, we've been lucky enough to be off the road for a couple years, a little over 2.5 years now. I came on as the media director here at Highfield, do a lot of YouTube stuff and podcasts that we do, and Don, he has actually been the assistant maintenance manager working for Highfield, and a lot of the drivers out there that drive for Highfield know they call in and talk to Don a lot. I don't get to talk to drivers that much anymore, so I'm hoping to turn that around by doing these videos and reconnect with a lot of people because I really do miss doing these videos. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got started in expediting. I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn everything day by day, just being out there on the road. And I did learn a lot. One thing you really have to learn about expediting is you'll never learn everything. If you get to the point to where you know it all and you think you know it all, that's when you're going to fail. The expediting industry is constantly changing, it's constantly evolving, and things at the carriers with FedEx as well as Panther, they're constantly changing and evolving, DOT and all that stuff. So you have to have an open mind, and you have to be able to roll with the punches and be able to change on a dime, pretty much, because you never know what's going to be thrown at you. I spent many years out there over the road. I drove with my first partner. We ended up doing about 2 years or so on the road, and then I ended up driving with my mom. Had a great time running a team with my mom over the road, and then Don joined me out on the road after that, and we drove ever since after that. And I put in a total of almost 15 years with FedEx. Don put in 13 years, and it was a really, really good experience. It was something that I don't regret, and it was something that I actually miss from time to time. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy being at home, but I do miss the open road as well. So again, I just wanted to give that little background. I wanted to give a little video about, just where I've been and what's been going on. I hope to do more of these videos. They may be 5-10 minute videos, but I just want to put some content out there, answer questions that you guys may have. We get a lot of questions all the time, so please send those questions over to me. I'll be happy to put my email out there for all of you. I'll put that down in the description as well as the bottom of the screen. So feel free to send those emails over to me if you have any questions. And yeah, I just want to have casual conversations going forward, and just give you some information about expediting and what to expect. So leave your comments down below. Stay in touch. I look forward to doing more of these videos. And as always, keep those wheels a turning, and we'll catch you in the next one.